All right. Welcome back, any and everybody. This is Linen Otter here to do another episode of Burrows. Oh, jeez. I was kind of making myself think that I was overthinking how things went last time, so maybe this isn't the total end, but we'll see. Because apparently Gray understands. And I won't hold it against you. Honest. I just have to finish what I started. I wish things were different. We'll stay until tomorrow. Please, be careful. I nod, trying to assure him with a big smile. It doesn't work, and the two slip away without another word. Asking me to choose. It's not fair to put me on the spot when Ken is right there. I look over to him and he just shrugs. Guess it's just us two, huh? A knock at the door interrupts my train of thought. Who the hell could that be? Shit! Is it Frank? He practically jumps over the kitchenette and runs back into his room. I can look through the peephole. Hold on. Don't let them in, no matter what. While you're doing that, I'll start the timer. Yeah. Maybe Cole and Jesse forgot something? Or will I get invited to another strange performance under the name Julian? I tiptoe over to the door, straining to see through the tiny window. What the? Oh. Open up, you dullard. I can hear you breathing. Who is it? False alarm. It's just a candygram. Damn it, don't make me cause a scene. Why do things have to keep getting complicated? Fine. Ken, don't freak out. Huh? I quickly swing open the door. John flounces inside, still wearing the same dress as 2 nights ago. He drops a shockingly heavy duffel bag on my foot, and it takes everything for me to not kick him right back out. Finally! You know daylight does nothing for my... Oh! Who's the tall drink of midnight over there? Absolutely not. Don't even think about it. What the is going on? Who's the broad? This is... John's beady little eyes plead for me to go along with his shtick. Yeah, this is Babette. She's an old friend from back home. Charmed! Ken's eyes scan over this crude facsimile of a woman. Huh, you never told me you knew such a babe. Oh, what? So selfish. Boys, I can be shared. I grab his arm and pull him into Colt and Jesse's vacant room, motioning for Ken to stay out before closing the door behind me. We have some catching up to do. A moment, please. Good. Didn't want y'all banging in front of my cereal. Shush! John flops onto their bed dramatically. I swear, this guy acts like there's always a camera rolling. Or somebody reading the events of his life as if it was some kind of novel with visual accompaniment. A visual novel of sorts, if you will. Gosh, when did you get so forceful, Gray? Can't you tell this gal's had it rough enough lately? Explain why you're here. Quickly. You mean besides making good on my promise to wring you dry until your overdue rent is paid back? I tapped my foot impatiently. Fine, I'll dispense with the dramatics. My little arrangement with Officer Frank seems to have abruptly ended. He just checked out of the hotel a few minutes ago. You didn't honestly think you could keep him here that long, did you? He probably has a family. I couldn't tell you. He was shockingly tight-lipped about his personal life. I didn't see any photos when I went through his wallet. You know he has a gun, right? Ugh, don't remind me. He was far too eager to show it off to me in bed. He mimics holding the pistol and points it at me. He's a sick puppy. Took out all the bullets and held it to my head while we... John shudders, holding himself. There's something dangerous about putting that kind of person in a position of power. Let's just say that. Uh-huh. And he never found out about it? He shakes his head. I'm experienced enough to know how to keep that part concealed. But anyway, I didn't come here to recount my romp to you. So why are you here? To put it bluntly, I need somewhere to stay. His pockets didn't run as deep as I'd hoped. He pulls out a few crumpled bills from between his bosom. I have enough here to get a few meals, but not a room. And you thought I'd be feeling charitable enough after the shit you pulled the other night? The fox rolls his odd-colored eyes as if I were talking about ancient history. Getting my money back is the primary goal, yes. However, I fear there's some more present matter at hand. That being? Getting back home? Whatever that Virgil fellow wants us to do, we should do it as soon as possible so this vaudeville act can end. Simone and Eddie might still be in danger. I tried calling her phone from here, but it seems that the line has been disconnected. Whether or not you realize it, that brute was after you. If anything happened to them because of your antics, I'd... He grips his arm and glares at me. Right. No, you're right. I saw it and sit next to him. I ran away, and everyone's getting hurt but me. I'm sorry. Finally talking like a proper man. He pats me on the leg. Now, I don't need his reassurance, but it's nice to have. So, did the rabbit ever tell you what it is you're supposed to be doing here? Not really. I was just given the prompt to choose one, and this is the one I chose. I point a thumb at the door. He's a handful, but I think I'm starting to get him. Or not. What? I see his shadow under the door. Oh, just come in already! He barges into the room, glaring at me. What? Nothing. So, she knows? I nod, trying to get into the routine of referring to John as she. She's like me. We're all here against her will to play in the game. Shit. So this is worse than we thought. He thinks to himself, tail swishing around wildly. What do you think its reasoning was bringing her here? You two don't seem to like each other much. I promise my dislike of Gray here is purely business. When he's on time with rent, I'm as cuddly as a baby. Huh, a landlady. Hot. Don't. Trust me. Let him! Anyway, if you're gonna be hiding out here with us, there's a few rules you'll need to follow. Rule 1. Never answer the door without checking who it is first. What about Rule 2? Don't ask questions. Better get used to this.
Whatever. I don't ask for much. I'll keep to myself in the living room until we depart tomorrow.
He hops off the bed and brushes crumbs off his wrinkled dress.
Would either of you happen to own an iron? I'm disheveled.
I think there's one in my room. Wanna come check? You're the opposite of smooth. I give John a death glare and he sighs.
I'll remain demure for the time being.
Good. Ken, stay away from her. She's a scoundrel.
Oh, you wound me. Oh, wow. Oh, you wound me, Gray.
I walk back into the living room, my mind racing, but not racing enough that I didn't stop to put something up in my What the heck? That was creepy. What's this all about? Are we really gonna lose? Great. Now I have to great. Now I have to not only play babysitter, but chaperone as well. I feel a little uneasy about leaving those two alone together, but I have a few offers already lined up on how to spend the day. What should I do?
Offers? There's nothing here. Is this really it for me? Jesse and Colt?
It doesn't feel right to leave Ken alone here, especially not with John being on the prowl. Seriously, what is it with that ne'er-do-wells and trying to cozy up to straight man? Does he have a death wish? Maybe he's feeling emboldened after surviving a night with a killer cop. That would feel pretty validating. No, we're not doing that again. No more secret flings. I knock on Ken's door and it opens almost immediately. At least he's dressed this time. Hey. Hey. Oh, it's you. Nice to see you too. Sorry, I was kinda expecting Babette. Based on what? Move. I push past him and he groans, shutting the door behind us. What? That's a hot piece of bat. Trust me, it's not. Look, just because we got a little close yesterday doesn't mean I'm not into chicks anymore. Our group's been a sausage fest ever since we met. It could be nice to, have a female point of view on things. You're so full of shit. Whatever. Anyway, what else did you want? I shrug. I don't know. I don't need a reason to spend time with you, do I? I guess not. But... Oh, what the... But if you're expecting a repeat of last night... Sounds like it's on your mind more than mine. He shoulder checks me and walks over to his desk with a huff. Well, if you're alright with it, I wouldn't mind talking more about your little conspiracy wall. Oh, that? He rips one of the pages off the wall and crumples it up. I gasp and reach for it limply as he tosses it into the trash can. I already thought of new stuff. These don't accurately sum up my point of view anymore, so they're useless. And here I thought I was close to understanding anything. It'd be easier if I could just show you. Can I confess something kinda weird? I'll take any information at this point. Well, last night, I kinda saw stuff in my dreams. The stuff that sounded like you were describing to me yesterday. Those, He waves his hands around and wiggles his fingers. Burrows. I blink a few times before I realize what he was trying to say.
Wait, what?
What? You saw my dreams?
Nah, I didn't even have any dreams last night.
He scratches his chin, eyes cast to the floor. Yeah, I think I kinda stole them. This makes no sense. You told me that only happens when you touch others, and we were. I jump as I feel something rub against my tail. His feline limb curls away sheepishly, and I realize what must have happened. Guess we weren't careful enough. Sorry. That's fine. Yeah. I just didn't expect it to go both ways, I guess. What happened in the dream? It was weird as hell, I'll tell you that much. I felt like I was watching one of those hokey church plays about the olden days. Like you said, I was some sort of ancient warrior. No, I wasn't a possum. I was still me, just fancier. Uh-huh. I had more jewelry on, and somehow less clothes. Felt tribal, something you'd see in a museum. I guess panthers are originally from the Amazon, so maybe it was a past life of mine or something. The Amazon is in South America. The Amazon is in South America, right? Have you actually been, like, ethnic this whole time? Ugh, God, you're so fucking awkward. My grandparents were from Brazil, but they must have been descended from Europeans because we grew up in a typical, boring, bland American household. Wait a second, Brazil? They speak Portuguese in Brazil? That explains why he knew the difference between Spanish and Portuguese. I'm not sure why, but this revelation makes him slightly more attractive to me. Oh, what the heck? Focus on his story, slut. So, what else happened? It's been a while since I heard that voice. It's hard to remember exact details. Like you said, we were with a group of other people. Their faces were blurred out, so I could only guess their species. One of them was definitely some kind of bird. Built as fuck, too.
See? It's him! Ask him about the bird.
Hush. Did anything important happen? We kinda just dicked around during the day. The bird was a little too touchy. Are your dreams always so horny? No, they're usually cryptic and make zero sense. Ugh, the one time I get a coherent one and you snatch it away from me. He looks genuinely hurt by that comment. I didn't mean it that way. Sorry. You have the right to be pissed, but anyway, there was one thing that stood out. My ears perked up and he pauses to take a sip of lukewarm coffee. It happened at nightfall. Something was burning, far away from us. We could see the smoke rising past the trees. The fucking trees talked or some shit. It was beyond anything I could comprehend. I just sort of went along with everything. And then the dream ended, right before whatever was on fire came into view. Damn, those bastard dreams always ended right before the good part for me, too. Our shoulders collectively slump, back at square one. So, in all this time, do you think those dreams were a past life of mine then? Maybe. What would the chances be that you're having someone else's dream? I must have seen a version of whatever living ancestor of mine was in your place, since I wouldn't dream about being a possum. I think back to that strange dream I had while riding on Jess's bike on the first night. We weren't touching, so that must have been some outside influence getting me to connect the dots. I think something is trying to guide us to a specific conclusion. He leans in to reply in a hushed voice. Virgil? I don't know. There's something off about this place in general. He might not be working alone. I heard something strange the first night we got here. You've been keeping weird shit from me? You know that's our thing. I wonder how many of our other recent activities are going to be our thing from now on. I didn't say anything because it sounded like nonsense. But at this point, I feel like it's better to share any information we get as soon as we get it. Yeah, alright. You have a great ass. What? That's not relevant, but thank you. It just came to me, okay? Can you shut up so I can tell my story? Christ. He ceases his prattling, and I recount the night where the other Dakota made himself known to me, as well as the strange presence that stalked us in the hallway. I didn't get a good look at it, but it had a gun. There's a good chance Virgil took control of someone else staying in the hotel. And you're sure he wasn't actually this Dakota fella? If he was, he needs to be awarded for his acting. I mean, 3 separate voices coming out of one body? Yeah, it's practically impossible. I've definitely tried. I mean, it's not impossible, but, he could have been the next, or the first Tara Strong. Oh, there you go, or the... I don't know. Mel Blanc does it. Side note, am I the only one who thinks Bugs Bunny makes a cute girl? No clue what that is, but you're making it increasingly obvious what your type is. And no, I'm not going to put on a dress. Shut up. I can't tell you anything, huh? Not judging. I've done worse. Or better, depending on who you ask. His eyes brighten and he scoots closer to me. Oh, more spicy story time? Calm down, kitty. I'm still wiped from yesterday. Besides, I'd like to use our time for more, productive means. He sighs, but nods in understanding. Speaking of yesterday, I pulled out the tiny piece of paper Johnny gave me. I met Johnny yesterday. He told me to give this to you before we left town. His eyes widen and he snatches the note from my grasp like a hawk catching a leaping fish. Shit! Why didn't you tell me you talked to him? And with those two around? They weren't with me when he... Our cover could have been blown if anyone found out. Ugh, I knew this was a bad idea. Ken. He's just looking out for me. I don't know what I'd do if they got him. Ken. I wanted to go see him, but I have to stay. He collapses into my arms and I hold him as he struggles to breathe. I can't take it anymore. I need to get out of here, Gray. What's the point of staying safe if I can't even... Shh. He's doing just fine. He's got your back, trust me. I should have been the one to see him. This isn't your problem. Were you too close? He rubs his eyes and taps for me to release him. He slumps back into his chair, staring aimlessly at the ceiling. We were in the Cub Scouts together. Maybe 7 or 8 years old. There was a lot he just couldn't do because of his leg, Nobody wanted to be paired up with him. And it was the same for me. Everyone was scared of my mean face and dark fur, and they thought something was wrong with me. I mean, they're technically right? Fur like mine is a mutation. I could have been born a normal-looking jaguar. Anyway, we were always picked last for stuff, so we'd end up together a lot. Turned out that what was missing Turned out everyone was missing out because Johnny was damn good at a lot of things. Missing a leg meant he had to be twice as crafty with his hands. He got into tinkering, always liked to take stuff apart, got into trouble a few times. That's when we saw our first bike. Some delivery boy had parked his bike right outside our cabin. I warned Johnny not to touch it, but he couldn't resist a shiny new toy like that. By the time the owner came back, we damn near taken half the thing apart. We got some lashes from the den leader, but the crazy thing is, the biker wasn't mad. If anything, he was impressed. He smiles as he recalls better times. I wish we could have met earlier. He told us about a military surplus shop that rented bikes in town, and soon we'd quit the Scouts and started volunteering there every summer instead. Dad was pissed, but as long as I stayed out of the house, nobody cared what I was busy getting up to. When did you get a bike of your own? His smile drops. That never happened. Johnny was the one with real talent. I was just tagging along. Sure, I could ride and he couldn't, but my passion for it was only surface level. He had a love for those machines I couldn't hope to match. All I could ever afford to do was rent, and that meant I couldn't hit the highway or go off-road. If I scuffed any of Johnny's bikes, I'd never hear the end of it. So, when what happened, the best I could do was swipe the first one I saw. I wouldn't have risked implicating Johnny by asking for one of his. His grip on the note tightens. He's probably disappointed in me. Maybe it's better I don't read this. You don't know that. He had nothing bad to say about you to us. Hell, he's fixing your bike, isn't he? He shrugs. Could just be pity. He's the most successful out of the two of us. I'll bet he told you to leave the second you showed me this, right? I hesitantly nod. Then take it back. I'll look tomorrow. Why? He sneers. I'm not ready to say goodbye yet. I feel myself tearing up and wipe my eyes. I don't want to say goodbye either. I've already said it to Jesse and Colt. Come on now. All right. Thanks for telling me about Johnny. It's nice to hear you talk about some happy memories. Yeah, not too many of those to go around, so don't get used to it. He rustles my head for and chuckles. Still, I can't stay in this room all day. I'm losing it. You think we could sneak out into the pool again later? Not after what you told me about Dakota. We got lucky last night, but if the wrong one catches us sneaking around, we're toast. He mocks firing a gun at me and I gulp. Touch him again. Anyone. I want to see Aeon again. The more you do it, the more control you'll have over it. Enough. That's Ken's decision. Hey, I have a weird question. You've had a lot of those lately. It's been a weird week, but if we both have this weird thing going on with memories, do you think we should try it again? You know, sharing him? You're also a mind reader, are you? You're not also a mind reader, are you? I knew we'd be on the same page. That's why you're my numero uno crime friend. Now, please don't call me that. But so far, we've only been able to do that while asleep. It's still the middle of the day. True, but if all it takes is physical contact, we could just wait for it to happen. Like, just touch hands or tails or something. Don't get excited. Nah, it could be worth a shot. Just promise you'll jump ship if things start to get too intense. Ditto. I don't want you to see too much of mine, honestly. I'm more interested in what you got going on. As long as you're fine with the possibility of losing those memories, that is. Memories are all I have left of him. I never remember those dreams anyway. If you write down what you see, we'll have them recorded forever. It sounds like a plan. Oh, stay right there. He gets up and walks over to the linen closet. I try to ask what he's doing, but he keeps shushing me. A sheet gets tossed over my head and I get covered in a layer of dust.
Yeah, Ken, what the hell are you?
I pull the sheet off and see him undressing. Oh, great. I promise it's for a reason. Explain. If we dress like our past lives, maybe it'll be easier to get into character, you know? I didn't see what your guy looked like, but mine was wearing this little loincloth thingy and some bracelets. Oh, do you think Babette would have some extra jewelry I could borrow? I'll ask. You just stay here if you're gonna look like that. Roger. Alright, they're gonna try some interesting attempt at this magic stuff, and I kinda wish I could keep going, but it looks like my voice hasn't fully recovered yet like I thought it had from a few videos ago. But regardless, we've hit about the 30-minute mark, so I'm okay with leaving it here for now. Gonna be pretty interesting though. I guess this really is gonna be it for Jesse and Colt though. Next episode is definitely gonna be goodbye, I'm sure. I'll definitely play through till I get to that part. But hopefully we at least save Ken and get all this stuff sorted out, and hopefully we'll see how it all goes. But thank you guys for watching. Feel free to check out my Twitch. I'll leave the links down below because I'm gonna be streaming more animation stuff. Hope you enjoy it. But also feel free to leave a like and subscribe. We're getting closer to 1,000. We're still like a couple hundred away and some change, but that's a lot closer than when I very first started this channel all that time ago. So yeah, I really appreciate any comments too, suggestions. They're helpful. I mean, you know, it helps with like YouTube algorithm stuff. But outside of that, I guess we'll be all set here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good night, a good day, a good evening, whatever it is for you. And we'll see you next time. Bye now. Take care.